Howdy do. So, Ubisoft might cut staff by over 40% or around 8,000 people amid rumors of buyout. So, buyouts usually happen when a company isn't doing very good. Their stocks are going down, their value is going down, and sometimes other companies will buy these companies to kind of save them. But then obviously layoffs happen because it's like, well, we're having you become part of our company. We already have people. We have our team, so we're gonna have to get rid of some of yours. Um, but at this point, it's like, don't really feel too bad about them. I don't feel too bad about it. After all, if it wasn't for this, it would have just been something else, I guess. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, sometimes in life things happen. And then maybe you shouldn't go around blaming others for your failures. Instead of doing that, you should take responsibility and accept that you're producing a sub-quality product. But that's wishful thinking. So 8,000. At least one analyst speculates that Ubisoft might cut its staff by 40% amid rumors that the company will be bought out and taken private. A rumor by Bloomberg's Benici Chan, Dong Cao, and Benoit Berthelot claims that Tencent Holdings Ltd. And the Guillermo family are considering options, including a potential buyout of the French video game developer after it lost more than half of its market value this year, according to people familiar with them. I hate when they add that. People familiar about the situation. They reported the Chinese tech company and Guillermo Brothers Ltd. have been speaking with advertisers to help explore ways to stabilize Ubisoft and bolster its value. The people said, asked not to be identified, discussing a private matter. One of the possibilities being discussed would involve teaming up with a private company, according to the people. So, like I said, one of the reasons why companies get bought out is because they don't have any value anymore, or they're losing value. And it's kind of like a last ditch effort to try to save the company, and especially a company that's been around forever, or not forever, but for an extremely long time. But at this point, it's like Ubisoft, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They just continue to put out crap after crap after crap after crap, and then at this point, it's like, well, how do you know it's going to be crap? It hasn't even come out yet. All you have to do is look at the history for the last year. Everything they've produced so far has been crap. Nothing has succeeded because they're more focused with forcing politics in their games than anything else, because they want to pander. Changing Yasuke to be the main protagonist of Assassin's Creed Shadows barely came about because of Black Lives Matter. Because George Floyd, and he's this huge figure now, so let's pander to the black community. But then they start pandering, they realize this isn't what real people want. And then they start losing money, and investors don't want to invest anymore. The value of the company goes down, and here we are. This rumor comes in the wake of investment firm AJ Holdings calling for Ubisoft to be sold and taken private. In an open letter addressed to the Ubisoft board, CEO Yves Guillermo, Tencent and the Guillermo family holding in the middle of September, the company stated, take the company private for a fair price. We urge the board to consider taking Ubisoft private with Tencent and as a significant partner and shareholder. Ubisoft as a public company is under ongoing scrutiny to report better and better quarterly results to please investors, which not going to happen, which may harm strategy going forward and is harming Ubisoft at the time. And they need to think the long term to get a new air into their exceptional franchises. Furthermore, it noted if Guillermo and Tencent are not interested in Ubisoft value. We urge the current management not to block any takeover, as there are several PE groups that would be interested based on research. In the event of offer from a PE group or a strategic investor, we urge Guillermo family to accept this bid, and this bid will be a fair price, and this offer won't be accepted. If this offer won't be accepted, we will sue for the reimbursement of damages. Like, basically, it's either take it or we will sue you, because at this point, the company doesn't really have a choice. It's either be bought by someone and survive, or continue going down this path and ending up bankrupt and going out of business. So it's like, if you do not, we will sue you. In which case, we know you can't afford that. The investment firm made this call after it accused Guillermo family Tencent of discounting potential value of Ubisoft in order to buy more shares at lower valuation, and eventually take full control of the company at heavily discounted valuation. It specifically stated, in our view, recent delays of certain titles that are creating uncertainty amongst investors is beneficial for Guillermo and Tencent in order to acquire more shares at even discounted valuation, as Ubisoft is currently trading close to €15 per share, lowest point since 2015. Wow. Giving Ubisoft valuation less than €2 billion. Wow. Guillermo brothers, who are respected entrepreneurs in the France, best know the value of Ubisoft and its distribution agreements they have with Tencent and Activism Blizzard. No, it's Activision. We call it activism because that's what it is now. Activision Blizzard. So we assume they may use this tactic to get minority shareholders under the stress. The firm followed up with its Reuters reporting that it had gathered support from 10% of the French video game publishers' shareholdings. It also reiterated that call for Ubisoft to sell and take it private. We call on the management of Ubisoft to allow the sale of the company to third parties or private equity firms at a fair price. I mean, because at this point, offering, saying for a high price, that'd be ridiculous. Your company isn't worth that much right now. So it's better to sell it for something smaller right now and save yourself than say, oh, well, we want this amount, and then have no one offer, no one makes an offer, and then you just go belly up. I mean, sometimes you have to take what you can get, especially if it means the survival of your company. Because your company's still going to be there, it's just going to be joined with someone else. So, following this rumor about Tencent and Guillermo family taking the company private, Insider Gaming's Tom Henderson speculated that Ubisoft would be forced to reduce its staff by about 30 to 40%. Again, yeah, because you'll have a company taking in this company. That company already has people. That company already has a staff and teams and all that. So it's like, oh, I mean, we can take some of you, but most of you aren't going to have a job anymore. We're just going to tell you that much. And again, at this point, it's Ubisoft's fault. They know what they're doing. If you're working at Ubisoft, and I mean, I feel bad for like the people who do like level design, stuff like that, because that's their job. They're not forcing identity politics and anything. They're just trying to build an actual world that's beautiful and immersive and fun to play in. Sound design, whether it be the sounds in the game, the music, stuff like that. Unless you have like those sound directors who are directing the voice actors who add in, stupid, identity politic crap into the narration or in the game itself, and I feel nothing for you. But it's like with Blizzard, when people talk about Blizzard, layoffs and stuff, it's like the people who design the zones, that's all they do. They're the art team. They design zones, they design You know, there are some people that are just specified to zone design because it is a huge undertaking. Um, so people like that, you feel bad because they're doing their job. They're doing the job that is required. Music, music is always on point. So if those people lost their jobs, it would be really, really bad. But if you're in charge of a department that makes dialogue or story, you know, the storyboard and this and that, and you're forcing in real life politics, yeah, you deserve everything you get. You deserve everything you get. You know what you're doing. Ubisoft website notes that it has 20,000 employees that work in 45 studios across 30 countries. And if the company were to lay off 30% of its workforce, it'd be laying off 6,000 employees. If it were to lay off 40% of its workforce, it'd be 8,000 employees. You get what you deserve, except for the people who are going there and actually doing their jobs and not enforcing, you know, forcing in any kind of identity politics bullshit. If you're a music designer, you know, you do music design in the game, music director, and all the, then yeah, I feel bad for you, and I hope you land on your feet. If you're, you know, level design, you're going in and you're in charge with creating the world around us, yeah, I feel bad, and I hope you land on your feet. If you're the one who makes the story and you're you know, obviously intentionally putting real life politics and bullshit into the game, I have no sympathy for you. None. If you're the person who looks at that script and the storyboard and approves it, knowing that that person just forced in identity politics and real world bullcrap, I have no sympathy for you. None. So I feel bad for the people losing their jobs who were there to just do their jobs. No identity politics, no DEI crap, no nothing. They just went in and wanted to make the best experience possible for people. So I feel bad for those people. But if you're working for a company and you know full well what you're doing, of you know, like I said, oh, we're gonna write down this script. Here's the story for the game. Yeah, I know. We just added, you know, this character will be black, and this one's gonna be in a gay relationship, and yeah, okay, approved. You deserve everything you get because you people are the reason why the shit is failing. You people are the reason why it's failing, not the fans. No other reason apart from you, because you just want to keep pandering to the minority rather than, you know, making sure you make a good game for the majority. But hey, what do we know? But Ubisoft might be bought out by someone else, and you'll see a lot of people like, "Oh my god, people are cheering," and all those innocent people are. Eh. If they're part of the teams and they knew what they were doing, they deserve it. Now maybe the next company you work for, you won't try forcing your identity politics into the bullshit. But that's wishful thinking. You know, we know you will. It's like an OCD. You can't help it. It's impossible for you to resist. You see a possibility to shove your identity politics into something, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it, regardless. No matter how many times you work for a company that goes out of business, you're just gonna keep doing it. So everyone else, if this goes through and those people who just wanted to do their jobs and create a great experience for people really do lose their jobs, I hope they land on their feet, and I'm sure a better opportunity with a better company will open up, and I'm sure they'll be fine. Because you don't need to be working if you just want to go in and provide the best product possible. If you go in and you just want to create a world that's engaging and rich and all that, you know, you're just doing your job. You're doing the job you were hired for. So a company is going to need someone like you, and you'll be fine. You know, hopefully sooner than later, but you'll find a better company because if you know you're working for a company that just continues to just shit on the players and continue to have one bad product after another after, you don't need that. You're doing the best you can with what you have. So, but anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.